My name is Beatrice Akatkunda and I'm a courageous girlie. Courage in my career life basically looks like putting myself out there even when I'm not sure. Putting myself out there even when I don't know the result, but saying I'm going to dare to try and I will fail sometimes, and putting myself in such a vulnerable position to fail, but still giving it my very best. Starting my business during a pandemic was one of the ways that I exercised my courage. At that moment, I didn't know that that was me being courageous, but sometimes I look back, but like I said, showing up and showing out. I started a business and I had no experience in business. I did not know anyone who had done a business, most especially online. And so giving it my very best. So I started it and I was doing everything. I was the graphics designer, I was the social media handler, I was the marketing person, I was the delivery. So I was wearing all the hats basically in my business, and I've seen it grow into this now, successful business, which is now running on its own, which has grown systems that I don't necessarily have to be there all the time, that has now built a name for itself, Oyera. I'm very proud of that.
Me waking up and feeling like one skill set is not enough anymore. If I'm a voiceover narrator, I want to be a script writer. I want to be a producer. I want to be a director. Heck, I can do anything as long as I want and I feel the need. Rather, even as long as I want to do that thing, I can do it. So I made the decision to expand my skill set when I had a chance to join one of the leading media production houses in Kampala, in Uganda. It took courage, it took boldness. I had to leave the familiar and be able to go to the field in Arua, like deep in those villages, to tell stories from far-fetched places and come back and be like, okay, I like how this looks, but I would rather edit this because I know how I want this story to flow. So it has just been, so taking bold and courageous moves or action in my career just looks like me expanding my skill set because I just want to do everything I want to do.
Truly, for me in my career, I have been scared to make moves. I think I've shared the story before that I did IT at university, but I have completely been interested in communications, and I am actively pursuing that, but I am really, really scared of failure and of course, taking the high road and knowing that you could choose and still fail. But I am courageous and I've taken a deep dive to pursue that. Being courageous in my career has been very scary. I have had to change careers, do the same thing, do another thing, but I think I have been bold and courageous in taking the changes and also adapting to them. Recently, I had to move because work took me somewhere else other than a place that was familiar to me. And I felt that it was growth, but also change to go and start over in a place that is very unfamiliar, in a place that I don't know the people there. But also I was very happy because I have been adapting well and I have got into a workspace quite well. I think I've also been very bold in my content creation because, as I've said before, I come off as very shy in person, but I am very bold on the camera. I am very bold while I create content. So I think that taking a deep dive into my content and creating has been very, very, very courageous of me, even when I am not very certain that I will make it, even when I am not very sure about what I am doing. Sometimes I sit down and ask myself, what is it exactly that you are doing? Are you sure? Are you very certain that 10 years from now, this is where you want to be? But I think courage is being able to try even when you don't know. And I think I've done that quite well in my content creation and in my career as well.
Taking on new challenges. I want to do something new every day. I want to create new products and new designs as opposed to having the same thing people know you for.
I don't think in the environment and society that you are in, you can be 100% courageous. Because I remember when I was joining campus, I wanted to be a lawyer, but come to think of it, I don't think I would have handled those books. I knew when I started doing mass communication that I wanted to do PR. And when my first job wasn't in PR, it was in sponsorship and NGO work. Yeah, but I knew when that period of volunteering, when it was coming to an end, that I needed to find my way back to my path. So I started interacting with more people to put me in that path, which I did. But now the problem comes to right now, the industry I am in, compared to the areas I have studied in, we are still back end. They're still in the old PR. They haven't yet moved. So I feel like right now I'm comfortable where I am till I get an opportunity with an organization or company that has pushed itself forward with the current PR trends. So right now I'm not doing the courageous moves and what when it comes to career. Right now I'm comfortable till I get that new challenge in the new PR trends. When the new challenge or opportunity comes, I would definitely take it on.
I made a career change from corporate to human rights, and I do not have any regrets, right? If you follow me, you've probably heard this story. I've told it 1,001 times. I'll say it again. I used to work in a corporate law firm, and I enjoyed every minute of it, but I knew it was not purposeful work for me. So I chose purpose. I chose to pursue something that brings meaning to my life, and for me, it is serving people who are on the margins of community and society, and I'm very happy about that. However, I also feel like there's limitations I have put on myself because I've believed the lie that I'm a Black African young woman in the space in which I work, and there's only so much I can achieve. I desire to be the first Black woman who leads the United Nations, and I'm like, is that even possible? So I have my own limitations that I've set, and every day I work towards trying to overcome the mindset that I have, but also I know that for me, my work is about purpose. So I choose to pursue purpose in my career. And I think I'm being braver or more courageous than I was a few years ago, but I know there's still room for improvement.
I'll be the first to admit I am not courageous in my career. I am nowhere where I should be. Starting out in my career, I had these projections, and you enter an institution or a job and you're like, I'm giving this 4 years, I'm giving this, and then on to the next. And then you realize you've been there, it's been more than 4 years, and you're sitting very heavily in the comfort zone, So in my career, I've not been as courageous as I should be. It's one of the things I know. It's always bugging at the back of my head that I should do more, do better, and I'll get to it. That's the mind frame I have. I'll get to it. And I've never thought about it. Like I said, I've been so comfortable. It's a place my mind never goes to. I have friends who I'm accountable to in my career, in my spirituality. And so when they call you, Rachel, where are you on this? Now, and I'm so evasive. Some of my friends will be quick to point that about me, especially in conversations about career. So I do not have an answer for you when it comes to that.
I would say that I am brave in my career choices. I believe that I've always wanted to be since I was young, and that's a psychologist. And that's very different from everyone's dreams. They're going to tell you I want to be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, and that wasn't me. And for me, every step that I have taken is to be better at understanding people, at helping people. And so I'm always questioning myself, do I know this? Is this the right way to do things? And that is a process of individuation. Who am I? Who do I want to become? And what will be my legacy at the end of it all? And those are very big questions, and they make you think more and be more intentional about what it is that you're putting out into the world. And so for me in my career, I know I must make an impact in my country and in the world. And I'm working on getting there.
When I'll be scared, there'll be, can you? Is it? But actually it's not bad. Can you, it's not loud.
But good enough you're audible now.
Yeah. Okay, let me do that again.
So you don't have to mind anything.
Yeah, because banang. Tuvaja tutawanya bwe batyo. We refuse. We refuse.